Thank you for the question. It is because we created a creative student, which is we usually think that when the student is making an assignment or a project, somehow it is referred to the oldest project itself. Just like Dr. mentioned below previously. But then by embedding activity, they will increase the curiosity of how we are going to manage. I will pick some of the example when I in my class, which we are assigned to give an issue about in the mathematics education, and then it related to one of the activities somehow no poverty, because no poverty. So how we going to make a module about no poverty with align with mathematics education? So that it is making it generally, because which different group, maybe they got the same SDG, but then the issue that they're going to tackle and how they're going to manage it will be different. So that's the answer for me.
Okay, thank you. Can you agree that it is also related to mainly interest of the students instead of ethics? Ethics is different.
So for me, both ethics and the interest of the student should be aligned, because somehow the student, if they doesn't interest in that area, they wouldn't come out with the creative, most creative ideas.
So thank you for the answer.
Okay, thank you, Professor Roberto Aini. So our next question will come from Ibu Anandani.
Thank you for the presentation. So, you mentioned about, so your topic is about how to embed the studies into curriculum. So my question is that, how do you measure that the students actually gain the competencies in the learning activities?
Thank you for the answer. How we are going to, yes, because there will be learning, there will be assessment. So how we assess the student for that he or she can get what the activity meant, and also fulfill the curricular what is curricular one. It is what the project that the student trying to do. Because if the student try to look at it, all the SDG itself have the objective. Just like what we are presenting, the objective 4.4 and 4.7 is based from the issue. All the SDG is carrying from the issue. So how students really can study about the issue, and how the student really can overcome the issue by doing the project of the subject itself.
And thank you for the answer. What I'm looking for is actually by putting learning outcomes in your discussion. So maybe you can add that to your discussion so that it can enrich your paper. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for Bu Anandani for the question. So everyone, let's give it a round of applause for all of you may have a seat. Okay. So next for Group 8. Okay, room 8, are you ready? Okay. The time start from now.
Assalamualaikum and good evening everyone. Our project is involved IC, recycle and event. Electronic waste or e-waste is one of the fastest growing waste stream in the world. According to the Global E-Waste Monitor 2024, over 53.6 million tons of e-waste generated, and number is still growing, while the recycled effect. Next. Unfortunately, there are a lot of negative waste in the process of recycling. Only 3 components which means many valuable components are wasted. In carbon recycling method, integrated circuit or ICS are often discharged, while there are possibilities to recycle ICS. However, they are incredibly time consuming. This brings again an opportunity. Integrated circuits are the building block of the PCBs, and if they are able to be extracted from the e-waste efficiency and efficiently, this can open a new way to recycle all aspects.
Next slide, please. Okay, so the problems that we have mentioned before, I believe that there is a solution that we need to have built, and we have built this solution on School 8, where we put the solution, which is Icicle. So next slide, please. So Icicle is an IC tester that can work with the majority of ICs. Again, ICs make up a lot of e-waste, and e-waste right now is sort of just e-waste recycling is mostly focused right now on getting down to the basic materials, getting gold, getting copper, and such like that, which I think is quite wasteful because, especially for ICs, which are the building blocks of PCBs, can already be reused in other PCBs if they are already tested instead. Okay, so this is our method, or how we created our program or system, our AI system. So firstly, we have the image input, which will get the image from the cameras or a screenshot. For now, we're using a screenshot because we do not have the 24 hardware. Then we pre-process the image, where we prepare the image for the OCR scan, which is a text recognition. That way we can see the text, we can recognize text on the ICs. I promise we'll get to keep that in something. But then we put it into AI detection, where we actually scan the text. And finally, we have classification, where we use an AI model to actually look at the broken text. Because, of course, all the ICs themselves usually have text that are kind of broken up. As an example, there could be certain numbers or something, letters that are worked out, and our AI can sort of recontextualize it and try to fill in the additional letters. And finally, after we make the testing guide to sort of test, make the guide that tests the ICs. Okay, so this is our pre-processing. We'll just go a bit fast. So as you can see, this is our original image, where we sort of it makes the text clear to read. There's not a lot of color other than white and black, so it makes it way easier to read. And on the right, you can see that how we have detected the text. Next. Okay, this is our program itself. From the startup screen, you can load the IC directly from the program and select any IC you want, and then we will sort of detect it and create the guide for you. So after you deposit the IC image, you can see the guide itself on how you test ICs. Now, this actually opens up a whole lot of opportunities for our fully automated IC testing, which opens up a lot of opportunities itself in recycling centers for e-waste, for actually recycling ICs themselves. Okay. So as you can see here, this is just how the guide will essentially test the ICs. Next slide. Okay, our use of general LLM also works with the majority of ICs, so we can work with the majority of ICs, essentially from all of these different ICs, they can essentially next one. So this is our potential uses for our research. We have two potential uses for our research, which is the first one is that our program can already be readily used in recycling centers with some modification, so that we can automatically test the ICs themselves to make sure that they work. And the end result of this is that we can sort of return allow the ICs to make products such as new PCBs or perhaps spools of ICs and so on. So our second thing is also our program can also be used in sort of feedback, right? To teach how ICs work, first of all, especially in electronics as well. And also, we think that it also serves as a great inspiration to students, especially students in engineering, as when they see when they see a lot of inventions that starts new in their own major, it sort of inspires them to create their own sustainability program projects and stuff like that. Okay, so, for the future research of our data, I think that the AI can also be trained with nice data directly to improve the AI understanding of ICs, and also that the text recognition can further improve the yield of more accurate results.
Yes, so in conclusion, our AI system can analyze the test analysis, then it uses large language models to generate testing sequences for all the bits. In the future, I think this system can be developed to automatically check the function of recycled IC chips. Yes, all from first, thank you.
Thank you for Group A. Let's give the round of applause for Group A. So we'll proceed to the next session, Q&A session. First question will be delivered by Kang Ong.
Alright, thank you very much for the opportunities. Very good. I really lost the idea, but would it be unwise to really swap that kind of e-waste, right, especially PCBs, based on visual appearance? I mean, PCBs is electrical stuff that can be measured by performance, not by visual appearance, right? What do you think?
Okay, could we perhaps go to slide 8 of the... So, I guess I did explain it a little bit fast, but essentially our AI system itself does not exactly use only visual to sort of identify if the ICs themselves work. So, slide 7. So, this one. So, this is a testing guide or how the ICs itself is going to be tested. Because we want to test the ICs to make sure that they work in the first place. So, as I said here for DS1225 Y150, which is a memory, we have the right name test here, but as you can see, we have one of 8 tests. So we want to test it as much as possible to make sure that the IC itself is still working and it's still working in full order. And we don't want, ICs that are broken to end up on the market again or end up on PCBs. That's why we made the test so incredibly expensive. You can see how you need to input, where you need to input, and what outputs you need to watch out.
This is a very, very technical stuff. I think I already understand why I cannot understand with your idea. But I would like to ask more about the technology itself. Do you think this kind of technology is really, really crucial and important for nowadays? Do you have any data on like how much e-waste, especially on the PCB system, that they wasting annually perhaps? How do you judge that this idea is crucial for your field?
Could we move to slide 2, please? Even before this, yes. Okay. So as you can see, over here we have the data, which is the e-waste monitor, where there's a lot of e-waste itself. And e-waste itself, actually, next slide, please. I think the data also comes from e-waste monitor 2020, where basically like the majority of e-waste right now is focusing on recovering precious metals from the PCBs itself, and in return you're basically wasting a lot of ICs and all of that because you're essentially melting the ICs down with their basic materials, which is like silicon, gold, and in that regard, the ICs itself will not be functional.
Alright, thank you very much. Then I would like to give the opportunities for other judges.
Okay, thank you very much for your question. Our next question will proceed by Ibu Ana Ramdhani.
Okay, interesting presentations, and I appreciate that you can have like a very creative name, ICCO. Yeah, well, I want to ask you, you mentioned a lot of potentials about this ICCO, but I want to ask what are the shortcomings of developing this product?
Okay, I will answer that correctly. I will answer that right now. Please go to slide 13, I believe. It should be before the conclusion. Yeah. Yes, this one. So I think that our AI right now still has a lot of shortcomings because we are still using sort of general LLMs. Sorry, that's a lot of technical lingo, but I'll try to explain it as best as I can. General LLMs are basically AI that is publicly available. You can think of it as ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, whatever. They have APIs that you can use, and you can use them for basically anything because they are general, right? But I think what this sort of AI needs is something that is homegrown, that is either made by ourselves, that is using IC data itself. Because sure, Gemini or ChatGPT or Perplexity, of course, they understand ICs, but they're a general. They are a general LLM, which means that they know everything, right? And it's better to have one LLM that focuses on ICs that can actually sort of dissect ICs better and explain ICs better and test it better. So I believe that's one of the shortcomings. The other shortcoming is the text recognition itself, which I think is sort of dependent on the camera and also the pre-processing that we are using. That's
So, have you calculated how much it costs to develop this ICCO?
to develop.
Sorry, maybe to estimate the actual cost would be very big task, but is it more expensive than the conventional IC?
No, because if we're using sort of general LLMs itself, it's over, I think, per 1 million tokens is over $1 per 1 million tokens, and I think per one of these is around 40K to 30K tokens. So out of like one IC, you get I think 5 cents per US dollar or something like that, which is quite a lot of value if you want to test out a lot of ICs, rather than getting the ICs actually wasted, because some ICs are quite valuable.
Okay, thank you for the answer. It's very technical. I'm not from electrical engineering, so I don't understand 75% of your answer. But like, I do appreciate how thoroughly you research about this topic, and I hope that all group members contribute to this research. It seems like the leader very dominant in this research. So I'm just hoping that everyone contributes equally. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rachel, for Group A. Okay, next for Group 9. Where is Group 9? Okay. Let's have a word.